What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is very, very impromptu, man. I'm gonna wait for some people to jump in the room right here. What's up, Lester? I can always rely on you to be here. You're always one of the first people in the building, so I thank you for that as always. But I'm gonna stick around for a little bit because I want to talk about some stuff. And Ben and I hit on it last night. They had this big old CBA meeting today, and we're gonna talk about this CBA meeting. I mean, the bare minimum that I know about it, because like I told y'all so many times, I'm not really watching this shit all that much. If you are in the room, leave a comment. Let me know that you're here. I appreciate y'all jumping on board. Again, this is impromptu. I canceled Hurricanes Unfiltered tonight because I was just dead tired. I was taking a nap, and then I went to the grocery store, and I was like, man, I don't feel like doing shit tonight. And then I saw Ben's video. I saw Ben's video, and all I can do is sit here and laugh. All I can do is laugh. Like, this is embarrassing. This stuff is absolutely embarrassing. But I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before we jump into this thing because it is just another example of the embarrassment that is the WNBA, their CBA negotiation, and the certifiable shit show that it is. And I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I'm genuinely flabbergasted that but I shouldn't be, right? I shouldn't be surprised. I should be expecting this shit. This is normal, right? This is the way it is, right? Um, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy that we are here where we're at, and it's February 2nd, and they're begging to have a meeting in person. They're begging for them to they're begging to be taken seriously, and then they have this meeting, and two of the players that were supposed to be in attendance don't show up because they have flight issues. I don't know. That's some interesting stuff, right? Don't you think? That's some interesting stuff going on. You got flight issues, really? That's new. That's rich. Um, but let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I just want to wait for some people to get in here. Some more people to get in here. We got 14 right now in the building. If you're in the room, man, hit the like button and leave a comment. Let me know that you're here so I can acknowledge you because I really want to jump in on this. I just figured something out with Google Chrome that you can actually put two windows on one window. Oh, that's neat. Oh my God. I had no idea you could do this. I don't even know how I just did this. I did this is by accident. But yeah, let's wait for a few more folks to get in. What's up, David? Yeah, this shit is embarrassing, man. And I just want to have some more folks jump in before I really go in on this thing because smell W. No, they did, and we're gonna go hit on that, man. I'm glad you brought that up, Boru, man. What's going on? Welcome aboard. I'm glad you brought that up because that was something I'm gonna talk about. I am gonna talk about. So Kelsey Plum plays for the Phantom. They played yesterday. What time are their games on Sunday? The afternoon? What time are their Sunday games? So they play next Sunday, the 8th. No, they don't. They took off Super Bowl Sunday. At least they were smart enough to do that. Let me see here. Sunday. So they typically play on Sunday at 7:30 and 8:45. Okay, so she played at night. Kelsey Plum played at night. You wonder why they scheduled this thing for Monday rather than Tuesday. Ben, I just jumped on board like 4 minutes ago, man. Um, what's up, epinephrine? What's up, Kevin B? I've been on here for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I just watched your video. I had no idea what happened today. I just watched your video and I had to. I'm like, I'm not gonna record a video. I'm just gonna freaking jump on a live. Might as well, because I'm trying to understand how you schedule a meeting for Monday, And you got Napheesa Collier, who doesn't actually play, and yet she wasn't there. What's her excuse? What is her excuse for why she did not make it? She had flight issues? Really? So you had flight issues. Traveling. Why didn't Napheesa Collier fly to New York like on Saturday or Friday? No, she waited until Sunday. I got a question. I got a question. Doesn't she own a league worth $300 million, according to her? I mean, doesn't Napheesa Collier own a league? She's the founder of a basketball league that's worth 300. They claim, remember, what was their valuation? $340 million. Wasn't that the value? $340 million. They claimed a valuation of $340 million. And they don't have a private plane? Why didn't they call the people over at Bessemer Venture Partners, the Series B round that was, value that the valuation came from them? Why didn't they call TNT? Why didn't they call one of their major sponsors? Oh, I mean, why couldn't they afford it themselves to get a private plane? They could have had a private plane after the game. You want to know what I'm gonna bring this to college football, because this is guy in college football. His name is Josh Pate. Josh Pate has a national YouTube podcast with upwards of 500,000 subscribers for college football. He is sponsored by Quick Pick. They do some traveling, I guess. I don't know. Now, they provide Josh Pate with a private plane to every game he goes for free, part of his deal. He was at the national championship game. When I tell you this guy an hour later was in the air flying back home, an hour later, he was in the air flying back home because he flew into Opelika Airport, which is like 10 or 15 minutes from the stadium. That's where most of the private jets go. And he was back in the air. Are you telling me that Kelsey Plum and Napheesa Collier couldn't have gotten a private jet to take them to New York after her game last night? Oh, it's a gas station? Okay, thank you, epinephrine. I thought it was a freaking a travel thing or something, because they're paying for his private jet. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. They have a private jet that they take care of Josh Pate, and he's up in the air within minutes of every game. Like he flies private everywhere for football purposes, and they don't have private jets. They don't have one singular private jet available or rent. Yeah, I mean, they can't rent to get them to New York. That these two imbeciles are pushing each other in a carriage at the airport? Is this where we are? You had to be there for 9 o'clock in the morning meeting, which means you should have been on the plane at 10 o'clock last night after the game. Actually, they could have gotten a private. Yeah, Opelika. I'm trying to think of Opelika or Tamiami's closer from there. Opelika's still closer. Opelika's still close. They would have been there they could have been there in 45 minutes after the game. And yet they couldn't make it to New York. So they appear via like, come on, man. Come on. They appear via freaking Zoom? Give me a break, man. Like you can't call yourselves the owners of this massive, amazing basketball league and not have a private jet. Wouldn't you say? I mean, wouldn't you agree? I would think that you'd have that availability, and then you didn't know. You didn't know when you were having issues with I mean, you could get a private jet at any time, bro. You don't need a lot of notice when you have money. Money makes shit happen. Bop, 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 bop. Did I see LeBron go for that 3-point shot from the logo? No, I didn't. So you have Nneka Ogwumike, Brianna Turner. The fact that Brianna Turner is on the board is scary. Alicia Clark and Stephanie Dawson. They show up. Plum Collier, who was, and then I guess Brianna Stewart, who played tonight. Again, why couldn't you fly up and fly back? Like, again, you're supposed to be important, right? Yeah, no, I'm talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about that. Ben put it on his video. They're pushing them through the airport. So what airport were they being pushed through? I mean, because if you're from down here, there aren't any flights that fly out like past like 11 o'clock at night. Again, you're flying commercial. They're flying commercial. They have a $340 million valuation of a company, and they're flying commercial. Let me own a $340 million company. I would never fly commercial again. Like, first class would be beneath me. About the only time I would fly commercial is if I'm flying to freaking Dubai or Europe, and then I'd have a bed. If I got a $340 million company, I ain't never flying commercial again. I mean, that's what Napheesa Collier told us this shit was worth. Now, Kelsey Plum had a game last night, but Napheesa Collier ain't played. Why wasn't she there on Friday? Why wasn't she there on Saturday? No, she waited for Kelsey Plum's game to finish to decide to go. You got $340 million. You fly private. You'll never see me in a commercial jet ever again. And of course, Nneka Ogwumike decides to not comment to reporters because you know what? They ain't got anywhere. They ain't get anywhere. A source said that about 40 players, including members of the executive committee who couldn't attend in person, turned into the meeting over video conference. If you weren't playing again, I'll go back to this. Why couldn't you attend? This is the biggest meeting of your existence in your league. I think Kelsey Plum should have skipped her game yesterday. Yes, I would agree with you. I absolutely 1000% agree with you. She should have skipped that game yesterday, and she should have already been in New York. This meeting was scheduled. You knew it was scheduled. You're not playing tonight. I mean, enough of these players have called out sick for games and they're unrivaled. Like, you're in New York. Oh, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I'm so if you played even tonight, like, listen, keeping it real. If you played tonight in Unrivaled, so that would be tonight. Today's the 2nd. That would be the Vinyl and the Hive. Ray Burrell, De'Erica Hamby, Ryan Howard, Brittany Griner, Erica Wheeler, Courtney Williams, Monique Billings, Sonia Citron, Kelsey Mitchell, Natisha Hyman, Sanaya Rivers, and Ezzy Magmugor, who did not play. She was injured, along with Veronica Burton, Alicia Gray, Brianna Stewart, Arika Gumbawale, Alana Smith, Leah Root, Brittany Sykes, Alyssa Thomas, Jackie Young, Naz Hillman, Maddie Seacrest, and Jordan Canada, who did not play. I guess she was injured. Y'all should have flown up private as well. They should have had a big private plane. They should have had 2 private planes. Fly everybody up and then fly everybody back. You go right to the airport. You got a game at 7:45. You push it back, whatever, and you have all of your players. You show a real united front. I don't know who called the meeting. I don't even care. This is the first time, I guess, that the WNBA is responding to them after a month to their most recent shitty proposal. The ownership gave a 4x pay increase, like, and the players want a lot more, and they're not going to get it. And you decide you're not going to. You decide that you're. I mean, real talk. If this was so important, Unrivaled should have canceled all their games today. Unrivaled should have canceled their games today and rescheduled them for tomorrow. There's nothing going on down here on Tuesday. I'm in South Florida. There's nothing going on here. Hell, it was 34 degrees. It was 34 degrees here today, guys. It was the feel like temperature was in the 20s, and I walked out in a t-shirt and shorts. I'm a G, man. I don't. Yeah, I mean, come on. I got hair, man. I don't get that cold unless it's windy. Then I get cold. I don't know. I don't know who scheduled the meeting. I don't. No, this isn't. This is not a can. I canceled the Hurricanes live because I was tired of shit, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow night at 9. And I was just at my computer working, doing work for my job, and I saw Ben's video. Credit to Ben. I was like, "What? They didn't show up? They didn't show up? This is crazy. They didn't show up. So they showed up via Zoom." And here Kelsey Mitchell was sitting here talking about, Kelsey Plum was sitting here talking about, we need to have this meeting in person. It's so amazing to be in person. And then you're not in person. They should have had everybody there. Every player should have been there. Hell, they should have had the whole weekend scheduled in Philly and let them just go from Philly to New York. You're right. You're right. They could have bussed in. They could have afforded a Greyhound, right? They could have afforded a Greyhound, I would presume. This is such an embarrassment. This is such an embarrassment. Now we're doing Kane again, so we're going to do Kane's live tomorrow, 9 p.m. I'm gonna have more stuff to talk about. I'm complete transparency. I did Sunday Night Heat last night with Ben. I did not go to sleep until 4 o'clock this afternoon. I was up all night. I was doing other recordings. I was doing other work, and next thing you know, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. I took my sons to school, came back home. I had to take my wife's car to get the tires replaced because they were not good. And so she took my truck. So I had to take her car to get the tires done. Came back home. Actually, no, went to go pick up my sons from school at 1 o'clock because my son broke his finger and we needed to have a check to see if he needed surgery because it's a break on the tip of his finger, an avulsion fraction, which could require surgery. So picked him up, took him to the orthopedic surgeon. We don't need it right now. He says it's real close, but we're in a splint that's going to hold his finger up to let the bone try to heal back to the bone. And then we came home. It was 4 o'clock, and I went to sleep till about 7. And I was like, I don't got the energy for Hurricanes Unfiltered tonight, man. And I had stuff I had to do. But yeah, I sat down here to work, and I see Ben's video, and I'm dying. I'm dying. It's insane. Oh, I'm cooking tomorrow. Oh, I'm cooking tomorrow with the Hurricanes for sure. I got. Oh my God. Can you imagine not? Can you? No, today, man, bro. It was 34 this morning. I wore clothing. I got 2 outfits from Fashion Nova that were like hoodie, like not hoodies. I don't wear hoodies. But like jackets and like sweatpants, and I wore both of them the last 2 days. I went to the grocery store tonight in 35-degree weather in a t-shirt and shorts, but I wore those. I got to wear both of them for the last 2 days because it's the coldest we're gonna see it for another year. It was cold, man. I loved it. I thought it was great. But you got these two people like who don't show up, and I'm supposed to take you seriously. I'm supposed to take you serious. Well, I don't think they can fill up all the teams for remember they cut all their rookies. They cut all their rookies. So it was snowing in Tallahassee. I know that. But they cut all their rookies. They only got like 25 rookie people, 25 or 30 players on the rookie contracts. They don't have a whole lot of players on their rookie deals because they cut them all. They don't make the teams. They keep these old people and they don't make teams. Yeah, it was yesterday and today it was 34 degrees in the morning. 32 to 34 degrees in the morning. And the feels like temperature was like 24 because of the wind. It wasn't that windy, but it was chilly. When I walked out, I was like, I can see my breath. Oh, it's cool. Yes, I would say that. Go get replacement players. I wouldn't mind watching Deja Kelly play. Are you kidding? I would love. I mean, I follow her on social. I wouldn't mind watching Deja Kelly play. Yeah, I'm sexist. Absolutely. I like to watch attractive women play basketball. Sorry, I like to watch attractive women play basketball. You have a choice: the hurricane or -10 and a ton of snow. Um, I know snow can do a lot of damage. It will never be -10 down here. And we'll never have a ton of snow down here. So I presume you're talking about in cold weather climate, where you have preparation and you have salt trucks and you have snow cleaners or whatever like that. Do you lose power in -10-degree weather? I know the snow can fuck your roof up, but do you lose power do you lose power in -10? I don't know. If you don't lose power in -10, give me the snow all day. I'll stay. Give me the snow all day. The problem with hurricanes is the damage from the hurricanes. The trees uprooted, the streets being blocked, the houses being torn away, blown away, the flooding, the power being out. I mean, last hurricane that we had here, last real one was back in 2017, like real one. And that wasn't even, and I think the crazy part, that wasn't even a hurricane. That was a tropical storm. And we didn't have power for 4 days. At least I didn't have power for 4 days. And like 95% of Broward County, where the Fort Lauderdale area is, did not have power for at least 4 days. Most people didn't have it for a week to 10 days. Yeah, if you don't lose power, I'll give me the snow. Give me the snow all day. As long as I got food in my house, I'm good. As long as yeah, I know it gets cold. I mean, turn on the heat. But here, the problem with a hurricane, the biggest problem with a hurricane for people that aren't from down here, never dealt with them, is when you have a hurricane the day after, it's fucking scorching hot. It's not like it's abnormally hot. Hot. No, Wilma was years ago. I don't even remember which storm this was. It wasn't even a hurricane. It was a tropical storm. And the way it hit knocked out the power. It was like the electric grid was complete dog shit. And have we even had a hurricane since then? We've had threats. We haven't had one. Not a real one. I haven't lost power for a hurricane since 2017. That was actually about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after I moved into my house. So I get to test out the hurricane proof windows immediately. And I mean, when I tell you the winds by my house were like 50 miles, 50, 60 miles an hour, is like, this is dog shit. This is ridiculous. And we lost power. It was like, how did we lose power for this? For 4 days? I ended up going to a hotel after day two. And this is 2017. So my kids were 5 and 3. It wasn't the same as they are now. Like now I couldn't care less about them. Does that sound mean? as a 5 and a 3-year-old, trying to entertain 5 and 3-year-olds in the dark, with no internet and all that shit is not easy. Like, you got nothing to do. But as a 12 and 14-year-old, like, I don't care what y'all do, man. I don't care what y'all do. I don't give a damn what y'all do. Y'all can entertain yourselves. Y'all can entertain yourselves. I'm not letting them off the hook. We're just chopping it up. Yeah, they haven't hit us. So like, yeah, golf side, like when it hits the Gulf, it's not hitting us. Like that's rain, bro. Like that's not real. The Gulf got fucked up. Like Tampa, Sarasota, Fort Myers, Naples, Marco Island, they got crushed by a number of storms. Port Charlotte, this side, we had nothing. Actually, West Palm area has gotten more of these storms than we have, just the way we were situated. But give me a snowstorm all day. The problem is that after hurricane, it's usually like 90% humidity and there's no wind at all. It's so hot. So without power, you're dying. Like I sat in my car I think one of those days for like 3 hours just with the AC on. But this situation with these players is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. So the ownership was represented by multiple members of the league's labor relations committee. Connecticut Sun president Jennifer Rosati, Seattle Storm owner Ginny Gilder, and Phoenix Mercury owner Matt Ishbia via video conference. New York Liberty owner Clara Wu Sa, and Storm minority owner Sue Bird. What? Sue Bird is a minority owner of the Seattle Storm. All right, let's dig in on that one right there. Sue Bird. Whose side is she on? Whose side is she on? Because she seems to be a person who sides with players. But if you're a part owner of a team, your benefit is that you pay them as little as possible. So is Sue Bird, a former player, telling the players, and I love this comment right here, bend the fuck over, I'm going to ram this dildo up your ass without lube. Like, I mean, is that what she's telling them? Oh, yeah, Renee Montgomery would fuck her Atlanta fucking dream owner over any day of the week. Because she's a fake owner. She owns like 1 scintilla of a percent. You have to wonder what their motives are. I don't know what their motives are. That's comical. So how many teams are in this league now? 15? We got 2 that haven't even got the draft yet. So we got 15 teams in the league. And you only had the president of the Connecticut Sun, not the owner, the president. You got 2 owners show up in person. You got 1 show up via video conference. And you have like a figure showing up because Sue Bird doesn't own shit. She owns like a nickel. This is embarrassing. Oh, she sounds like a player person. Like, so how are you even involved in these negotiations? If I'm an owner of if I'm the owner, the majority owner of the Seattle Storm, I'm looking at Sue Bird, I'm like, bitch, you ain't going there. You stupid. You're not going there. I'm going. Oh, no, in fact, no, you're not going there. Neither of us are going there. Because we ain't paying these broads shit. They can suck my dick. like, they can suck it. Or they can eat your clit. But we ain't paying them shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Players in the league have been far apart as they work to determine what a new revenue sharing system should look like. But players have articulated that they care about establishing professional standards for facilities and staffs, enhancing benefits for retired players. Retired players, their players don't last very long. Well, Ishbia's team has been under so much freaking ridicule from sexual molestation allegations and harassment allegations. Is crazy. Sources close to the process. Now you have, it's a pivotal whatever. What did you say, Ben? If you're still in the room, you were butchering this word pivotal. You were killing that pivotal word. Oh my word. Yeah, I remember Mario Lemieux. Yeah. And it's now it's pivotal in determining whether a new collective CBA was reached soon or players decided to strike. Strike, please strike, please. I beg you, strike. Go on, strike. I beg you, strike. In fact, I'll go and march with y'all, but I'll have signs that say, "Hell no, don't pay these hoes. Hell no, don't pay these hoes." Does that mean, Lester? Is that a mean statement? Please strike. I beg you to strike. I want you to strike. I want to see if y'all have the stones to do it. Please, no, don't pay these hoes. Please, no, don't pay these hoes. Please, no, don't pay these hoes. Like, that would be my sign right there. I think that's the greatest sign ever. Natasha Cloud, go play in China, man. You want socialism? Go play in China. You want communism? Go play in China. Go play in Saudi Arabia. Go play there where they hate you. Where they hate you for being a woman and they hate you for being a black woman. Please go play there. I beg you. I beg you. Do it. The 7-player executive committee has the power to call for a strike, yet they can't even get them all to show up at the damn meeting. Epinephrine. So you don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, so the WNBA is currently in a collective bargaining agreement situation. It's like the men, like the NBA, when they have their CBA negotiations, and the women are not happy with what they're being paid, right? They're not happy with what they've been paid. They want more money. It's all based on Caitlin Clark showing up. So because Caitlin Clark showed up, they all think that they're responsible for the viewership increases when the reality was it was always about Caitlin Clark playing. So here we are now. They canceled the last year. They canceled the last year of their CBA because they could opt out because they thought they could get more money. And the ownership has offered them a 4x pay increase. So the max salary right now in the WNBA is about $250. They're going to up that shit to over $1 million for the best players. The equivalent of paying, Steph $60 million or whatever. You got players that think that they're responsible, like an Angel Reese who says people are watching because of me too. Yeah, you have the Ratchets that are watching Angel Reese play, and the Ratchets who have decided that, she's actually a great basketball player when the reality was she can't make a fucking layup. So they're now in this situation where their CBA ended on October 31st of last year. The ownership was supposed to lock their sorry asses out, but the ownership got a bunch of got pussy scared and didn't do it. They had an extension for a month, came and went. They extended it again. Then it was extended to January 9th. And then earlier that week, the Players Association decided we're going to vote to give the power to our executive committee to go on strike if they see fit. Well, why would you make a vote to go on strike if you're not going to go on strike? Well, go on strike. You're not playing anyhow. A real strike is when you're working and you stop working. Well, you're not working, and most of these women are not even under contract because most of them had expiring contracts, so they don't have a team really. The only people that are under contract are players on rookie salaries, and that would be people in the last 3 or 4 years max. But this league does not keep a lot of rookies, so you might have 30 players on that list, 35, maybe 40 max. There's no more than 40. No more than 40. And the league is 155, 160 players, something like that. So You haven't had free agency. They're being offered a 4x pay increase, and the money and everything was drawn in by Caitlin Clark. And they've never acknowledged her for doing it until they needed to acknowledge it, and then they halfway didn't acknowledge it. You got players like Reese who sit here and say, "Oh, it's because of Me Too." Well, it's not, because the only guys that are watching you are guys that want to stick their dick in you, like bluntly. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit around. The only guys that watch Angel Reese are watching her because they want to fuck her, and they have they masturbate to her, and even though she's really not that attractive, they masturbate to her. It's embarrassing. They literally look for her tits and her ass and her IG. But that's what they do. They're mesmerized, and they're infatuated with her because they literally have dumbed themselves down to the point where they sit here and say shooting 38% from the field is good basketball. I mean, from a 6'3" power forward. We've seen it now for a year plus. I had to take a step back from this shit because this stuff was so fucking toxic. Yeah, exactly. They're striking 4 months before the season starts while not working, for which 100 plus of them are not under contract after being offered a 4x raise. And why? Because they want more housing. They want free housing. They want these teams to pay for their fucking apartments when they're making $500,000 or $1 million a year, for which the league is still going to pay for the 10-day contracts, the short-term contracts, because that's what you're supposed to do. But for the players that are making $500,000 a year, you can get an Airbnb for 4 months, and it'll be like paying rent. And they're so damn stupid. Like, they're so damn stupid. It's embarrassing. And so we sit here and we've had multiple extensions. Now they're in a moratorium, whatever the hell that is. So no one can sign free agents. They can't have their expansion draft, for which you have 2 new expansion teams. The season's supposed to start the training camp is supposed to start mid-April. The draft is supposed to be or end of April. The league wants to move the date up. The draft is supposed to be mid-April because the college season ends like the first Monday of April typically. And there's only a few teams that'll be even affected by that. But then, yeah, so then they have the draft, they go to training camp, and right now, go on strike. Do it. Is the WNBA even profitable? No, it's never been profitable. It's never made money. It's never made a profit. They'll sit here and tell you they'll sit here and tell you that they got all this revenue. They ain't made any money. Does Angel Reese even do her podcast anymore? I have no idea. I've not even looked for it again. I couldn't care less. Like, I can look at viewership of people's shit and know that y'all don't know what the like people aren't watching it. If there is one. I'm sure she ran out of ratchets probably. She's probably interviewing people that you've never heard of now. I mean, more than likely. Like, and nobody cares what she says. So yeah, there's no money. Like, and so what they're saying is because these owners have sold new franchises to new teams, to new billionaires, that the league has money and that the players are entitled to that money, except for ownership. Franchise fees are not part of league revenue. The league has lost probably $600 million over the last 30 years. The ownership has lost $600 million. Yeah, I have not seen anything on Angel Reese in months. In months. In months. I don't know where the podcast that used to cover her went. I don't know. Mind you, I put them on not interested, so I don't know if that's why. Because I have no interest. All those Fugazi podcasts that covered Angel Reese, you know what they did? They moved on to their next fucking black victim, which was Shador Sanders. Oh, Aaliyah Boston and Kenneth Parker's podcast is terrible as well. Just being real, it's fucking terrible. Yeah, the Chicago lost 5, was 0-5 against Indiana this past season. 0-5. God. Yeah, it's crazy. Like they literally moved on to the next black victim for them, which was Shador Sanders. How the Cleveland Browns were racist and treated him unfairly as a fifth round pick. He's a fifth round pick. I'm not giving my fifth round pick fucking reps. Like, I'm sorry. Like, study film. Study your playbook. Every game. Every game. Every game. It was the same shit with Shador Sanders this year. So that they went from that one to Shador. There's a couple of people that have been running on that Shador bandwagon. My God. Because there's a section of people, the same people that bloviate to freaking Angel Reese, they'll do the same with Shador Sanders. And when he's done, and if he fails, then they'll have to find somebody else. So, oh, and Draymond Green. I mean, I'm so tired of Draymond Green's ass. Give me a break. That guy's a clown. So that's really the background, Ephraim, of what's the deal is with the WNBA. That's what we're here talking about because I used to do a lot of WNBA stuff, and that was when Caitlin Clark was playing, but she ain't playing. I just don't care anymore. If Caitlin Clark is not playing, I just don't give a shit. I just don't give a shit anymore. Like it's not. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care if Caitlin Clark is doing a freaking NBC Peacock thing last night. Don't give a fuck. Oh well, Shador made the Pro Bowl as the 15th selected fucking quarterback in the Eastern AFC in the AFC. So they're all now saying, "Oh, he had a great year." Like, dude, he was the worst quarterback in the freaking AFC for anyone that started any more than 5 games. He was terrible. So let's continue here. So they now it's that the league has proposed a system in which the players would receive on average 70% of net revenue defined as revenue with expenses deducted. I don't know. That's how business typically works. Over the lifetime of the agreement, salaries would be projected to rise above 1.3 million, up from 249,244. So no, 5x salary increase. 5x. Caitlin Clark is white. Angel Reese is black. Um, oh yeah, Audie Crooks will be the victim of being too fat to play in the WNBA. She's a fat ass. Like she has no business being in the WNBA. It's embarrassing. So they're saying the salaries were projected to rise above 1.3 million, up from 249,244 dollars in 2025, and grow to nearly 2 million over the life of the deal. Average salaries would rise above 530,000, up from 120, and grow to more than 770K over the life of the deal. And minimum salaries would increase to in excess of over $250,000 in the first year alone, up from 66,000. So you tell me you made 66 grand last year, and you're gonna make 250. And remember, not last year, over 4 months, 4.5 months, and you're gonna make $250,000 a year, and you're sitting here and you're gonna look at these people and sit here and who don't have your best interests at heart because they don't care about you. They care about themselves and allow them to dictate the future of your life? Bruh, come on, man. The league's proposal features a $5 million cap in 26 and in subsequent years would increase in line with revenue growth, with players receiving separate revenue sharing payouts following each season. The WNBA, meanwhile, has proposed that players receive about 30% of gross revenue before deducting expenses, with a $10.5 million cap. So they want double the cap, and they want money that could be money in loss. So they could lose money, but they still want 30%. No, we're not going to give you that. I would never give you that. Yeah, the scrubs are going to get paid like they were the stars last year. And they don't want it. If I'm one of those scrubs, I'm like, y'all bitches better get your shit together because I'm not doing this. We're going to go fight outside. Yes, it's complete lunacy. My future offers would be dropping. Like I would not be increasing offers. I would be dropping offers. You know how I'm gonna call your bluff? Asia's not pregnant. She's not pregnant. That was not real. But how would it work if she got pregnant right now? I don't know because she's not under contract. I don't know. I wouldn't sign her. I wouldn't sign her. Like, think about this, and that's what the owners have said in their. Look, man, you can believe one or the other, but really, genuinely, the truth is somewhere in between. It's generally somewhere in between what the truth truly is. So let's say the numbers are the numbers let's say the numbers are half of what the ownership says. Let's say it's half. There's still a loss. It's still losing money. I'm not going to give you 30% of $100 million if my expenses are $200 million. That means I've lost now $130 million. Not just 100, but now I've lost 130 because my revenue was 100 million. So I've given you 30 million. I got 200 million in expenses. So I made $70 million. You can suck my fucking left nut. Shit. I mean, the fact that they're doing this is welfare basketball. It's always been welfare basketball. It's not changed. It's been welfare basketball for quite some time. It's been welfare ball for quite some time, and we are continuing this welfare league. Multiple sources told the ESPN that the league projected that the plan that the players want will result in $700 million in losses over the course of the agreement, and it would jeopardize the league's financial health. But the union says it believes its revenue sharing model still puts the league in a profitable position. A separate source close to negotiating said, and calls the league's projected loss figure absolutely false because they're calculating expansion fees. They're calculating expansion fees that they are not entitled to. That's like sitting here saying I sell my house, and because you work for me as a housekeeper, I need to give you part of the profit of my part of the revenue from my house. What? You work for me. I don't give you revenue off of shit of mine that I sold. I'm selling a franchise. You work for me. You don't own that shit. Yeah, I mean, expansion fees are basically ways to pocket money that you don't have to share with the players. The NBA has them. NFL has them. They all have them. And the expansion fees have run between 50 million and 250 million. They'll probably be at 500 million before you know it. So they're out of their minds. They're completely out of their minds. And yet you got these players that did not show up. And this is what Kelsey Plum said the other day. At the end of the day, we're human beings. I think the conversation face to face goes a long way. Going into this meeting, I'm just excited for the opportunity to be able to be there in person with other players that are really invested in this, in the executive committee and stuff. And then, of course, the league making the commitment to be there. You didn't show up. I have no idea. I don't even know anymore. I have no idea what's going on with these owners. I don't know why these owners have allowed these players to pull this shit. Breanna Stewart also pushed for an in-person meeting, and she didn't show up. At some point, enough is enough. Personally, I want to be in the room talking about the real stuff happening. These meetings get so sidetracked by the language, verbiage, and context, we're missing the point. And yet, you don't show up to the meeting. You're the owner of Unrivaled. You could take a night off if it's that serious. You literally could take a night off. Because on top of that, you did not play yesterday on Sunday. So if you didn't play Sunday, why wasn't your happy ass in the plane at fucking like 9 o'clock in the morning? You could have flown commercially then because, you can't afford a private jet, as we've all determined. We've all determined that they can't afford a private jet and that no one takes them seriously. So TNT's not giving them one. So that wonderful unrivaled valuation, Bessemer Venture Partners ain't giving them a freaking private jet. Who are all their other sponsors? None of them want to. Who are all the unrivaled sponsors? Let's see here. The unrivaled sponsors. Unrivaled. Their sponsors include Ally, Sephora, Body Armor, Under Armour, Sprite, State Farm, Samsung Galaxy, Xfinity, Icy Hot, Vistaprint, Miller Lite, Mount Sinai Medical Center, which is Miami Beach, and Morgan Stanley. And they don't have one of these sponsors able to give them a private jet to fly up to New York to deal with the WNBA shit. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You know what they're saying? Y'all shit ain't that fucking important. If my boss invites me for a meeting over my future with the company and my pay, and I don't show, I agree. I agree. Oh yeah, they do believe this crap. They're out of their damn minds. Yeah, you see how fun the two unrivaled owners with a conflict of interest didn't show up for them exactly. They're the ones that wanted the meeting, but they didn't show up. This meeting must have been a disaster. The union player reps didn't show up with a meeting with the executive committee members didn't show up. No, there was I bet there was like two or three owners. There were two owners there in person, a president of a team, a fake owner of a team, and one owner showed up via Zoom. And then you had three members of four members of the executive committee showed up, and three of them did not show up. The three of them being Napheesa Collier, Brianna Stewart, who are both co-owners of Unrivaled, with the conflict of interest that they got, and Kelsey Plum. And all these people were talking about they want to have this in-person meeting, and then they don't show up. They don't want to show up. This shit must have been such a disaster. Well, that's what you call scabs. I mean, well, the scabs are the replacement players. This is what you call crossing the lines. Like if you go on strike and your players, the players on in your organization cross the line and say we're crossing the picket line, we're going to play. You lose all power, and they know it. They know it. They know they're going to lose all power. Their power right now is the leverage to do it, but they're never going to do it. And I just think that the damn freaking the league should just lock them out and make it simple for them. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, mutiny. Yeah, that's literally what would happen. It would be a coup. It'd be a coup to take over. You could call it a mutiny. Yeah, you could call it a mutiny. You could call it a coup. They want to take over the damn Players Association. I don't. Yeah, if you got players that are going to sit here, if you got players that are going to cross over and say, "Look, man, fuck y'all. You seven broads are not fucking in my best interest, bro. You're not. You're not in my best interest. You're costing me money." Like I'm curious. I'm curious right now. I got a lot of Caitlin Clark shit, and I can't sell any of it right now. I'm being real. I can't sell any of it because I'm not lowering my prices. Because my price the pricing has gone down because she hasn't been here. Like it's a little harder to sell WNBA stuff right now. The prices are dropping. Prices drop in the off season, and when there's no threat of them, when there's no reality of them even playing, then we got a problem. She's technically she owns like a freaking nickel of it. Like that whole player and owning the Unrivaled League is a big ass joke. It's just a big joke. Like they don't own shit. They own like a percent of a percent. Oh, Airs, they blew it, man. I had no plans tonight. They blew it. They did exactly what we expected. They did not get a deal done. They had three of their people did not show up to the meeting. They went via Zoom. Napheesa Collier and Kelsey Plum couldn't get a plane to New York. Brianna Stewart couldn't get a plane to New York. Like they couldn't get a private jet from one of their many sponsors of Unrivaled. They can't afford their own private jet because they don't make any money, even though they claim a $340 million valuation of this dog shit league Unrivaled. Oh no, Caitlin Clark was not at that meeting. Fuck no. Caitlin Clark wasn't going to that shit. They don't like her. She don't need to help them. No, it was only the executive board there. Dolson, Brianna Turner, Nneka Agumake, and Alicia Clark. And there was only like two owners, and then one partial owner, Sue Bird, who I think is on the side of the players, and then a president, and then one appeared via Zoom. So 3 owners. What's 300? I'm gonna tell you probably a lot less. I'll tell you that probably a lot less. A card that I was trying to sell for $1,000 right now, I can't sell for 6. Like I can't sell it for 6, and I'm not gonna go below that because I'm gonna lose money on it. I'll break even on the card. I can't sell it. I can't sell it for 6, and I got it graded, and I can't sell it for 6. Yeah, it's not. There, I got Napheesa Collier autograph cards right now that are fucking graded a 10 that I can't sell. They've been sitting. Like I've made offers to get them to lower it. They ain't biting on it. People want deals because they're in off season. Like right now, if you're gonna buy cards of players, the cards that you should buy of players right now, Cam Ward, buy all the rookie Cam Wards you can get. Whether they're base cards or parallels or numbereds. The cheapest you're gonna find Cam Ward right now is now because he's gonna fucking explode next year. Like Drake May did. If you bought Drake May last year, you're making an absolute killing this year on Drake May because Drake May's cards are going for $3, $4, $5, $6, $10,000. Cards that weren't going for a fraction of that last year because he stunk. Caleb Williams, his cards are skyrocketing now, but you can still buy them in the offseason because we're offseason. He got a lot better. Blase. He made the playoffs. Jaden Daniels, his card will be down because he got hurt this year. It was high last year because he was balling. But that's what happens in the offseason. You can buy it low and then sell high during the season, presuming they play well. But if they're not playing, then it's hard. It's hard. oh, oh yeah, scammers to the BLM are ridiculous. Why are they talking the same? Because those are the dummies that are in charge of the WMBPA, the voted people. Yeah, there's no money in that league, man. They're broke. Oh, that valuation's fake. I highly doubt that, but who knows? Yeah. Considering that she was in New York, like you would be calling begging her to come, but they don't because they don't like her. I don't know what's gonna happen at this point. No, it's terrible. Listen, I'll tell you this. This is a fact, and I've told Ben this a bunch of times. The demographic for the WNBA is largely elderly people over the age of 45. And I fall into that demographic. I'm 48. But more so, the demographic is really 55 and up. Young people don't watch the WNBA. Viewership for the WNBA for people under the age of 45 is very, very low. They don't. The 18 to 49 crowd does not watch the WNBA. 30,000 viewers. Can you imagine 30,000 viewers for a sporting event on television? Am I ripping packs? Yeah, I have a podcast for that. Come on now, the podcast Sports Cards. Do subscribe to it. I have a bunch of videos up there where I've ripped packs. Yeah, do check it out. It's taking time because and that's an expensive ass hobby, bro. I've bought probably I can't say out loud how much I spent in cards. It's out of control. I'm like a crackhead. Like I buy cases. I've bought so much over the last 6 to 8 months. I've bought so much. It's ridiculous. Because I enjoy ripping them. Actually, I do enjoy ripping them. I don't do breaks, nothing like that. I just enjoy ripping and making videos of it. And then I'll put some on eBay, my eBay channel. But Come On Now Podcast Sports Cards is the actual podcast. So if you want to check it out, definitely go check it out. I appreciate that. Yeah, they're getting all this money and they don't want it. Um, I agree, Duke. I don't think nothing. I don't think nothing. What in the world could they offer the league at this point? What could they offer the league? Airs, the data tells you that viewership groups are largely older. You want to know how I know this beyond what the data says for TV? First off, we don't have a viewership that's under the age of 18. Like we don't have that, right? They don't have the viewer group from newborn to 17-year-old. The viewerships are 18 to 25, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 and up. I'll show you. I'm going to share something with y'all that I probably shouldn't share. It's all middle-aged lesbians. And yes, they might bring their children, but kids can't go to a game without parents. Um, so let me see here. My stuff has changed because I've changed the direction of my show. But for example, like because I've changed the direction of my show, like my demographic is switching. So for example, actually they do for YouTube, they do have a 13 to 17, 0.3, 18 to 24, 2.5. That's the demographic for my show. 2.5%. I'm not talking about Caitlin Clark's audience. I'm talking about the WNBA's audience. Caitlin Clark's audience is very, very random. But even Caitlin Clark's audience is largely older white America. I'm just it is what it is. It's not about it's about viewership on television. I mean, I'm just going to games. Parents have to take them. Are football cards? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends on what you got and the condition that they're in. I'm not sitting here. I would never take if I had a daughter. I would never take my daughter to a WNBA game ever. My sons have been to a WNBA. My sons went to a Seattle Storm game when they visited their mother in Seattle. Place was empty. The tickets were like $20, lower level. It was empty. Older people. So I can show this to you. I'll screenshot this for you. You want to? I'm gonna show it to you. Ooh. This is the last 28 days just of my show. Actually, I need to find a better demo. I can't. I don't want to look at last 20 days. I want to see history. I want to see history, lifetime. Here we go. This is my show. This is my entire podcast from inception. And my podcast from inception started with women's basketball. Largely. It really started off when I hit the Caitlin Clark train. When I made my first Caitlin Clark video and it exploded, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? People watch this shit? Oh my God. I mean, if you have an 84 Dan Marino rookie card and it's in great condition, you can get it graded for a 9 or a 10. You can make money on that. John Elway and whoever's in that draft. I mean, let's see here. So here we go. This is the statistics from my show. Let me get a better picture. I'll just do it like that for now. So you can see right here, 65 and up, 21.6 25% of my audience is 65 and up. 65 and up. Not to the not to the degree of the WNBA. The WNBA demo is different. When I tell you my number, the number for this right here, 50% of my viewing audience is over the age of 55. 25%, 25%, 21%. So 71% of my viewers are over the age of 45. 71% are over the age of 45. And 50% are over the age of 55. They're not the same demo because that number, I'm telling you, Ayers, I have the data. That number, before I flipped over to Miami Hurricanes football and Miami Heat basketball and doing other things, that number was worse. That number was worse. I can't relate to goofy shit. I can't relate to goofy shit. You're right. I can't relate to. I can tell you that I know what my numbers. Here, I'm gonna do. Let me do this. Let me see if I can pull something out. Let me see this. Let me do this. Let's see here. Let me try this. June 1 to July 31. Let's see what it looks like. So I did a custom search now from June 1 of 2024 to July 31 of 2025. And my viewership from the 45 and up was 77.3%, 45 and up. So it's gone down 6%. It's actually gone down 6%. Yeah, if you have Marino and Elway in that box, I mean, if you take that, if you do take it out, you can grade it for a high grade, like a 10, at least a 9, but a 10 is the preferable one. I'm just sitting here telling you, like, my numbers for the elderly community, bluntly, from June 1st of 2024 to July 31st of 2025 was 4.8 plus 22.9. That was 27.7% for 55-64, and 4.7 plus 25.3. 57 point. I mean, you're talking about 30% of my viewership was over the age of 65. I'm just being real. I'm not making it up. I don't have any reason to make it up. It also explained a lot as to why people didn't like my videos the way I expected them to, because a lot of folks in the 65 and up age range watch YouTube on television. They watch YouTube on TV. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think they're goofy. I agree. I'm not. I agree with you. I'm just telling you what the numbers tell me. For Hawkeye of the Storm YouTube channel that covers Iowa sports today, of course it is. Who are the main women that I've had on this show that y'all can remember? All of them are like would be the age of my mom. My mom is 75. And again, I'm just giving examples. And that's all. The demo is dying, man. The demo that was watching it is leaving. Because the demo that carries the television ratings, they're losing it. They're losing the television ratings because the people that were watching largely are not watching this shit anymore. They're not watching it. How many of y'all have watched one singular game of Unrivaled this year? One, just one. How many of you have watched one singular game of Unrivaled this year? I haven't watched one. Not one. I've watched zero. I've not watched one. And I know a bunch of people on here last year watched some of them. Maybe you didn't watch them all, but a lot of y'all watched some of it. You are ratings they have lost. They have not gained new people. They're losing the people they got. Their ratings are half of what they were last year. Not 1 second. Not 1 second. Like it's they are in a free fall ratings wise. It is a disaster for them. It's a disaster. It's a nightmare for the W for Unrivaled. They can sit here and lie. A lot of us hate watch Boru, but we watched. We watched. That's the thing. A lot of us hate watched, but we watched. You know who we also hate watch? A lot of people hate watch. You hate watch Angel Reese. Why? Because you want to see her fall on her face. People hate watch Shador Sanders. They want to see him crash. We used to watch. I haven't watched one. I will not watch it going forward unless Caitlin Clark decides to freaking sell out and then playing that shit. I got no reason to ever watch that shit. It's bad. It's bad. I made a video about UConn last night because I told people UConn's going to win the national championship. Folks didn't want to listen. I said UConn's going undefeated. Folks didn't want to listen. People don't like truth. And somehow you want to know how good I am, people, at what I do. That's not to pat myself in the back, but you want to know how good I am at what I do. I'm so good at what I do that I somehow managed to piss off like 6 different teams. I managed to piss off like 6 different teams, groups of fans. So I made a video about UConn. If you didn't watch it, do go check it out. It's up there right now. You want to know how many comments I got in this damn video? It's crazy. I've got on that video right now 82 comments on that video on 1,000 views. And someone told me you should do videos on the SEC. I've done videos on the SEC. UConn's going to win the national championship for the next 3 years at bare minimum. They let Gino Auriemma back in the door. They let him back in the door. They done fucked up. They let Gino get his blood flowing back. They let Gino get his blood flowing back, and he's about to win the next 3 national championships. He's going to go win 4 in a row again. No, Angel Reese was a large portion of the Unrivaled viewership last year. There's no question about it. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. She was a large portion of the viewership. Oh, this guy, this stat stuffer guy, I haven't seen a damn video of his anymore because he doesn't have Angel Reese to talk about anymore. He doesn't have her to talk about. His entire business has gone dead. You got to freaking find. I mean, he need to find bloopers for the NBA now because Sarah Strong is to be the National Player of the Year for the next 3 years. Unrivaled. Oh, what the fuck is Unrivaled? Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 women's basketball league founded by a couple of WNBA players to compete against the WNBA. They think that they can leverage the league by having it's dog shit. It's based out of Miami. It's in Doral, Florida, which is in Miami-Dade County, and it's been a complete shit show. Last year we watched it. This year we don't watch it. Last year a lot of people hate watched it. This year you're not even wasting your time to hate watch it. You're just not watching it all. Iowa's not challenging UConn. Iowa's not challenging UConn. Nah, man. Stop. First of all, I'm not an Iowa fan, so I don't even really fucking care. But yeah, Iowa's not challenging you. UConn. You want to know how good UConn is this year? I managed to piss off like multiple fan bases. Here's the funny thing. I said UConn. Oh, college women's basketball sucks. Like, I don't tell you, it sucks. The fact that Texas is a good team tells you that it sucks because they can't score. Like their offense is so bad. But UConn blew everybody out in the tournament last year. They beat the doors off of UCLA. They crushed South Carolina. And they go get Sarah Williams out of Wisconsin. Sarah Strong's now a year older. They go get Kaylee Heckle out of USC. They go get they got KK Arnold come back. They got AZ Fudd come back. They got whoever else coming back, right? Now, Sarah Williams averaged 19 and 10 last year at Wisconsin. You know what she's averaging at UConn right now? She was all conference player at Wisconsin. You want to know what she's averaging right now at UConn? 7.5 points and like 4.5 rebounds. She's a fucking role player. That's how good they are. They're so good that a woman that was an all conference player in the Big Ten last year, let me see exactly what Sarah Williams was. Sarah Williams last year was a first team all Big Ten player in 2024 and 2025. And she's averaging 7.5 points and 4.5 rebounds at UConn. Oh, that was a joke. I mean, she could I guess she could eat Clark. Maybe if she ate her 3 times, she'd be hurt, I guess. Yeah, and she was first team all conference back-to-back seasons, and she's averaging 7.5 points and 4.7 rebounds per game. That's how good UConn is. When you have a player like that who is a role player on your team, it's out of control. AZ Fudd is shooting 97.1% from the free throw line this year. Sarah Strong is shooting over 90% from the free throw line. USC, they suck. USC sucks. They're horrible. I don't know who's hyping USC up now because USC is UConn beat them by 26 or 26 or 28. There are so what I managed to do in that video was piss off the UConn fans because I said Gino Auriemma was about to retire. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not about to graduate. Sarah Strong's a sophomore. Kaylee Heckle's a sophomore. They got a bunch of girls, dude. I'm telling you. And it all starts with Sarah Strong. She's the best player in the country. She's the best player in the country. They're not just beating people. They're annihilating them. Just so you know, KK Arnold's a junior. Ice Brady's a junior. Morgan Shelley's a sophomore. She's hurt right now. She's supposed to be a star. Jenna Al-Alfi's a sophomore. Khalees Fisher is a freshman. Kaylee Heckle's a sophomore. Ayanna Patterson is a sophomore. Bianca Quinones is a freshman. She's their third leading scorer. Ashlyn Shade's a junior. Sarah Strong's a sophomore. They have 2 seniors on this team who play. They only got 2 seniors who play. Ali Zeibel is a sophomore. That girl had 34 last week in a game. And she averages like 7 points a game. I think it was Zeibel. They're loaded. They're absolutely loaded. Bro, I'm serious. They're absolutely loaded. They got a freshman, Blanca Quinones, who's averaging 10.7, 3.4, and 2.2 on 57.4%. She's a 6'2 freshman. They're gonna crush people, bro. They're crushed. This is gonna be such an uninteresting NCAA tournament for women this year. It's crazy. It's gonna be a whoever's playing for second. So somehow I pissed off the UConn fans because they said, no, we were still in the Final Four. I'm like, but that's not how you're judged. You're not judged based on the Final Four. You're judged based on national championships. Oh, Jazzy sucks. Jazzy Davidson sucks. They can have whoever they want. Juju Watkins ain't playing again at USC. I don't think Juju Watkins plays another day at USC personally. I think she's done. It'll break 3 million. It won't break 5. It won't break 5. Dude, UConn beat Louisville. UConn right now. See, and then they're talking shit about UConn, who UConn played because their conference. UConn is the only team with 5 top 15 wins. They just beat Tennessee, who's ranked 15 by 30. They beat Iowa, ranked 8th or 9th right now, by 26. They beat Louisville by 13, the first game of the year, and they're ranked like 7th. And they were up 20 plus at halftime. The only close game they had, they beat Ohio State, who's ranked 8th, by 32, and they beat Michigan by 3. The only close game they had all year was the Michigan game. They won by 3. That was the best game that Silas Swords played all year. That was the game where I crazily said, yo, this girl looked like Caitlin Clark. And then Silas Swords hasn't had one 20-point game in the season outside of their game against UConn, where she had 29. Where she went 8 of 14 from 3. Oh, it won't be 8.5 million. They won't come close to 8.5 million. They won't come close. Their conference is weak. Who gives? But you know what? In their weak conference, they beat teams that are 17-5 by 50. By the way, they beat Notre Dame by 38. They're not going to win shit at USC. Trust me, they're not winning shit at USC. Lindsey Gottlieb is incompetent. Ayers very one-off. She's their second leading scorer, but she's had one game over 20 points, and that was against UConn, and she had 29. Besides that, she ain't done shit. She's been decent. So that was the only game so that was the worst game UConn played all year, and the best game Michigan played all year. And they still won. USC is not winning shit. They're not winning nothing. Jazzy Davidson, can you imagine they're going to be fighting over the ball next year? Because she's the number 1 freshman in the country this year, and then you got another one who's the number 1 freshman in the country. You're going to be 3 people fighting over the ball. They're not going to do 8.5. They'll be lucky to do 6. I don't think they even do 5, personally. And you want to know why they're not going to do more than 5? Because UConn's going to be such a big favorite that they're going to beat it. No one's going to watch it. It's going to be a blowout. The media's checked. I think the media checked out on Juju Watkins. They checked out on her. It's like if you remember that if you ever seen the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Ashley Banks, had her record deal, and Will Smith was her manager, and he wants his 10% as the manager or whatever. And the guy who does this, they played her song so much over like a 2-week period or a month period, and the kid, they ask a kid something about the CD, and the kid says, man, that song is weak. Last week. Juju Watkins is last week. I think the reality of Juju Watkins was dawned. Absolutely. She's last week. She's not news anymore. Like, one thing that you could say about Caitlin Clark is that I don't know how Iowa lost to USC. Like, that's an abomination, because USC is like 12-9. Yeah, Iowa blew that game. Iowa should not have lost that game. That's an abomination. Every dog has its day. I mean, even the clock, even a dead clock is right twice a day. And USC was right that day. How many people do you think showed up at that game? How many people do you think showed up at that game? I have absolutely no idea. I don't care what she is. What TV show? I don't know what TV show she has. I've never seen it. She won't be like, she'd have to average 34 a game over the next 2 years and play 40 games each year to fucking break Caitlin Clark's record. It ain't gonna happen. Not on a team with 3 top number 1 recruits in the country. under 300,000. I have no idea. I'm gonna look just because. So that USC game, they got mud stomped back to back. At USC, they drew 4,303. 4,303. That's dog shit. That's straight up garbage. Man, Iowa played a pretty bad game there. That's pretty bad. Um, and then they lost. They got mud stomped by UCLA the next day by 23 points. Yeah, they might not want to travel out to California anymore. Hell, UCLA had 6,900. No one watches them either. They're boring. Yeah, man. I don't think I don't think I think Juju's forgotten. Like when I say forgotten, I mean forgotten in the crazy push type of way. Like why haven't they talked about her all year? I don't know. I have no idea what happens to them. The NCAA player signs. I have no clue. I have no clue. I could tell you. Okay. I don't even know what show Clark had either. I don't even know what show Clark had. So I don't. I have no clue. I never watched that either personally. Nah, I don't. You have not heard a peep out of Juju Watkins. Like you've not heard anything about her. Like they're not saying a word. Like there's not even updates about how Juju Watkins is progressing with her injury. Da da da. Da nothing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if like understand? Caitlin Clark is still talked about on a day-to-day basis. She's not playing. She's not playing. She's not playing, and yet she's still talked about every day. Juju's not playing, and nobody knows. Nobody cares. Her entire push was, can she catch Caitlin Clark? That's not organic marketing. That's inorganic. That is ramrodded up your ass, down your throat, however which way you want to call it. And it's not real. The inorganic nature of what they did with Juju Watkins has effectively destroyed Juju Watkins. It's effectively destroyed her. And I know about Caitlin's attendance and all that stuff. Yeah. It's when people started really picking up on Caitlin Clark, no doubt about it. They still average like 14,000 a game. They averaged about 14,000 a game, I believe it was her junior year. Somewhere in that range, 12 to 14,000 at home. So now what? We still talk about Caitlin Clark. Why didn't they invite Juju Watkins to be on Peacock? Would you have watched it? No. Hell, I didn't watch Caitlin on that shit, but I mean, a lot of people did. None of us would be watching women's basketball in any capacity other than marginally if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. Like right now, you have the ability to promote the most marketable player in women's college basketball right now is Hannah Hidalgo. Realistically. And there's a few reasons for it. One, she's she's the everyday looking girl. She's not 6'4", she's 5'6". I'll get to Aaliyah Chavez in a second. She's 5'6". Um, who watched that documentary? I didn't watch it. I fucking didn't know I didn't know it existed. No, bro, like Caitlin Clark is fun to watch because she does shit that only guys do. That's what makes her fun to watch. But Hannah Hidalgo's 5'6". What do looks have to do with anything? Looks matter. Looks matter. Who do you think they put up front for professional sports? Who's the most marketable player in the last 25 years in the NFL? Tom Brady. Most people would call him a handsome dude. Do you see them marketing Lamar Jackson like that? No. He's facially not appealing to a lot of people. Hannah Hidalgo's a cute girl. She's an attractive girl. She's the normal looking girl, 5'6". She plays with a crazy intensity. And she's straight. And Hannah Hidalgo is so much better than Hannah Hidalgo is not turning pro. She's a junior. And she's so much better than AZ Fudd. Like it's not close. That girl has had double-digit steals in multiple games this year. Steals. Peyton Manning may have been in more commercials, but he wasn't. He wasn't the face of the league. Peyton Manning's a cornball, though. I mean, that's what makes Peyton Manning's funny. He's like dorky, funny. I love Hannah Hidalgo, and I think what's happened with her team up in Notre Dame sucks because you knew this was going to happen. They brought nobody back. They failed miserably in bringing in transfers. They needed to get Heckle up there, who went to UConn. They needed to get her. That was a big loss not getting her. They needed to get another player. They needed Heckle. I mean, realistically, there was a couple of players they needed to get, and they failed. Um, Nobody would give two fucks about Jason Kelsey without Travis Kelsey. Thank you. Travis Kelsey is a fucking handsome dude. Jason Kelsey looks like a fucking lumber mill owner and shit. He looks like he chops trees for a living. He looks like the typical dude out of Montana or something who's I mean, I'm just being real. The guy, like, if he wore anything other than plaid shirts and Wrangler jeans, it would look weird on him to me. Hannah's not leaving Notre Dame. She ain't leaving Notre Dame. Now you know where she did leave. I would love her to come down to Miami. I would go to UM women's basketball games if Hannah Dog came to Miami. Dead ass. But people can sit here and lie about it. Who are the most marketable baseball players over the last 25, 30 years? Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani has that international Japanese appeal. He's not his marketability is not about Shohei Ohtani's marketability is not based on the United States. It's based on Japan. It's based internationally. Derek Jeter, A-Rod, before A-Rod got popped for drugs. Aaron Judge, those dudes are American stars. Albert Pujols, handsome fucking dude. You like we can sit here and lie about looks have everything to do with this. They do. They're very they would Taylor Swift be Taylor Swift if Taylor Swift was 330? Would dudes listen to Nicki Minaj if she was 330 and 6'5"? No. Like we can lie to ourselves. Like there's a saying that people make about. I mean, baseball can be boring as fuck to watch to you. I love baseball. I think baseball's fantastic personally. I love baseball. Baseball's a thinking man's game. A lot of thinking going into baseball. Most people ain't watching. Most people ain't watching Nicki Minaj if she's 335 pounds and unattractive and doesn't look how she looks. And ESPN and whoever they have failed. They should have been marketing the crap out of Hannah Hidalgo. Failed. I mean, real talk. AZ Fudd is an attractive girl. If she wasn't dating Paige Beckers, she'd be pretty marketable. If it wasn't about land, let's say it kind of would be a. You mean Cactus Jack or Mick Foley? Who do you think they put in front of the WWE? You've had Hulk Hogan. You've had The Rock, Stone Cold, really John Cena, Roman Reigns. Like you ain't putting a bunch of sloppy, fat, fucking unattractive to the general public, no charisma having motherfuckers out there. There's a reason Trish Stratus was the WWE diva for so many years, above them all, because she was the hottest one they had, was smoking hot. Have I seen Alicia turn? No, I have not. Let me go look since you brought her up. Let's take a look. Alicia. Again, I'm not. This isn't like people can sit here and cry about reality. It's what I mean. Look, you don't see you don't see the freaking unattractive people getting the sponsorship deals. Oh wow, she's a pretty girl. She doesn't fit the typical South Carolina look. She went to fucking South Carolina? Oh, this is the new girl that just came over, right? This is the new one who came over mid-season. It's a cute girl. She's an attractive girl. She doesn't fit the typical MO of South Carolina, the Little Bulldogs. Looks matter and marketability, man. They do, and it sucks that it is. What is this about? Wrestling. Yeah, man. Yeah, and you want to know what? I don't think Caitlin's good looking at all, but there's a lot of white America that does. And you know what? Guess what the WNBA has not done for Caitlin Clark? Has the WNBA pushed Caitlin Clark? Has the WNBA pushed Caitlin Clark? I'll let you answer the question. How many commercials have you seen Caitlin Clark in over the last year and a half? I mean, how long did it take Nike to do a commercial with Caitlin Clark? She can't even get her own commercial. She's had a few random commercials. WNBA has not pushed Caitlin Clark at all. The NBA pushes Caitlin Clark. WNBA does not push Caitlin Clark. That's not pushing her. That's not a push for Caitlin Clark, man. No, it's not. That's not pushing Caitlin Clark to play. That's pushing her team for ratings. That's pushing her team for ratings. Okay, she's in State Farm. I'm talking about generally speaking. She's not in. A lot of people in Middle America think she's an attractive girl. I don't. The WNBA does not push Caitlin Clark. When have you heard Kathy Engelbert reap praise about Caitlin Clark? That's not pushing the player. That's pushing the product. That's not all right. Here, this is the WNBA website. By the way, LeBron is really not the face of the NBA. It's really Steph Curry. And we all know that LeBron ain't an attractive dude, but he's 6'8" and built like a tank. So this is the WNBA webpage right now. This is the WNBA webpage right now. Let's see. This is the front page. Because Hidalgo is straight and Juju's on the fence. Some people think Paige is good looking. I don't. Y'all can argue with each other about how much they push Caitlin Clark. I'm telling you right now, they don't push Caitlin Clark. I've not heard Kathy Engelbert one time praise Caitlin Clark publicly. Here you go. This is the front page of the WNBA website. So we got Asia Wilson, we got Portland Fire, we got schedule, we got Athletes Unlimited, the W roster. What the fuck is that? Okay, so then, do they have a partnership? Let's go look. Let's scroll down. Wow. Who is that? Wait. So we're honoring Black History Month. So obviously Caitlin Clark's not there. Heat check. There's no Caitlin here. Best of Cameron Brink. Heat check. Valkyrie's Tunnel Style. I don't even know who that's Odyssey Sims. So apparently Athletes Unlimited have a partnership with the WNBA. And I don't know what the hell this is. This is the Fire. Okay, let's continue. Schedule, Odyssey Sims, Asia Wilson. Oh, we got Caitlin Chen. Oh, wow. We got a link here for Caitlin Clark joining the pregame show for the debut of NBC's Sunday Night Basketball. Wow. We got one link. Oh, there's a picture of Caitlin Clark. Miracles happen. Wow. We had to scroll all the way down to find Caitlin Clark on the front page of the WNBA website. Jeez. Follow us, WNBA, and you don't have one singular Caitlin Clark picture right here. Wow. Okay. Okay. I don't find her to be promoted all that much. I don't find her to be promoted that much. I don't, because I've watched and they don't promote her. They don't promote her. Huh? Who's her boyfriend? You think her boyfriend is Jaden Daniels? Please. 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 That's the guy that people saw, because he sat next to her at a game, and then the mom sat between them. I don't know if she's straight. I think most of these girls go both ways, to be honest. Cute. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. You think she's promoted? I don't. I've watched it now for 2 years. Putting her team's games on television is not for the purposes of promoting Caitlin Clark. It's for the purposes of promoting the WNBA. Caitlin Clark brings viewership. So they're going to put her games on. And what happened as soon as that happened? There were players complaining league-wide about why are all of Caitlin Clark's games on national TV? Players complaining about it. The Angel Greasers complaining about it. I am sorry. They do not promote her. Maybe our definition is clearly different. If Caitlin Clark if I ran the WNBA, I don't care if she only played 13 games. She traveled to every road game when she should have been sitting her happy ass at home. Instead, she traveled and signed autographs for everybody on road trips while she could have been at home healing. Caitlin Clark promoted the WNBA. The WNBA did not promote Caitlin Clark. You want to know how bad it was when I listened to fucking Reggie Miller compare Caitlin Clark to Peyton Pritchard? Reggie Miller compared Caitlin Clark to Peyton Pritchard. Not Steph Curry. Peyton Pritchard. She looked at him like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? Peyton Pritchard's a good player. We ain't talking about Peyton Pritchard. We talking about Caitlin Clark, who is the female version of Steph Curry. Reggie lost his goddamn mind. When he said that shit, I damn near coughed up my water because I saw that on a clip. If Caitlin Clark wasn't showing up to those games, the building would have been half empty. People would have been dumping their tickets. Caitlin Clark showing up at games saved the season. But that's not the WNBA promoting Caitlin Clark. That was the WNBA promoting itself for financial gain, not for her. Because you've never heard a positive thing about her being said by any of these players. You've never heard a positive thing said about you had owners of the fucking teams in the league sitting here telling you that the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year should have been a team, should have been the league. That dumbass owner for the Washington Mystics, that fool lady, she said that the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, or whatever that award was that Caitlin Clark got, should have been the entire WNBA. What? Las Vegas plays in a 10,000 seat arena. Okay, Q-Tip. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to debate you all night. The Sparks get a lot of fans too. They seat 19,000. They seat 19,000 in that building. Do you know they played a game at the Long Beach fucking college gymnasium? The Aces playing at a 10,000 seat casino hall. They play at the Mandalay Bay. They play at the Mandalay Bay. They got the T-Mobile Center right behind their goddamn fucking place, and they're playing in a stadium that's half the size. Why? Because they can't fill it. Here, WNBA attendance. WNBA attendance last year. I'm gonna give you the averages just so you're aware of it. Golden State led the league, 18,064. Fever, 16,560. Liberty, 16,323. Los Angeles Sparks averaged 12,441. Their building holds over 18,000 people. So they average their building being 2/3 empty. That is not, they didn't sell out shit, QT. They didn't sell out shit. If you think those are 21,000 paid seats, you're nuts. They didn't sell that. They put 2 games in there. It's a fucking gimmick. Philly's trying to get a team. You think that shit was sold out for real, for real? Come on, man. The Sparks, 12,441. Their building has over 18,000 people. Seattle, 11,835. Their building seats over 18,000 people. The Aces, 11,552. That's because they played in the T-Mobile Center against the Indiana Fever. The T-Mobile Center seats over 20,000 people. But they don't play their home games there. Except when Indiana came to town. Phoenix, 11,305. They seat over 17,000. The Lynx, 9,957. The best goddamn team in the league for most of the year last year. And they have their building seats over like 18,000. The Sky, they play in a 9,000. They play in a Band-Aid box. The Sun playing a Band-Aid box. The Wings playing a Band-Aid box. The Mystics playing a Band-Aid box. The Dream playing a Band-Aid box. Come on, man. Why is it insane? LA has 23 million people in the metropolitan area. Oh, Ayers. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, Ayers. Like, the Sparks have 23 million people in the metro area, and they can't sell the building out? All right, man. You believe that. And you believe that. Okay. If you're here to trigger and be a troll, it's cool. If you believe that, you can believe that. I don't believe it. Exactly. The Fever sold out everybody's building. Iowa sold 55,000 tickets to a basketball game in a football stadium. You think that? Good Lord. Yeah, I did see the 20. I did see the post by Unrivaled. Yes, I did. I did see the post. They also claim that they made $4 million in revenue. So let's do the mathematics, right? If you have 21,000 seats, right? I'm just going to go 21,000 times 165. So they did 3.5 million according to you in ticket sales. That's what they claim. 3.5 million ticket sales. They said they made 4 million in revenue. And they're claiming they sold half a million dollars in merch. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. How much does it cost to rent the facility? If you think the average ticket was $165, you're out of your damn mind. You can buy a ticket right now to watch this unrivaled bullshit in Doral for $50. $50. You don't believe me? I'll show you right now. I'll show you right now. Who are you a fan of, QT? Who are you a fan of? I'm curious. I don't believe you believe what's reported. Do you believe what's put on CNN? How about Fox News? Do you believe that shit too? Their viewership on television is literally 50% lower than last year. And you believe the numbers that they put out there. Do I believe they filled the building? Yes. Do I believe they sold those tickets? No. I believe they gave them shits away. I have no. Who went? Who went? People that are investing in their league? Did Joel Embiid go? How about Tyrese Maxey? How about Bryce Harper? He plays for the Phillies, right? How about Jalen Hurts? Did he go? How about Saquon Barkley? Did he go? I don't know. I'm asking. Did he go? Dude, I'm not. The thing is, like, this is what they're saying. This person here, QT, is literally sitting here telling me that it was reported. Well, I don't believe what's reported because I don't believe shit that they say. They also reported a $340 million valuation that was created by one of their investors. Here we go. Let's take a look at the tickets right now. Tickets right now for Unrivaled. Let's go. I love doing these experiments, man. I love them. I love doing experiments that just completely eviscerate narratives. This is Unrivaled. February 2nd. That's tonight. Oh, here's February 6th. Lunar Owls. That's on Friday. This place seats 1,000 people. This seats 1,000 people. They still got freaking tickets available that people won't buy for $353. $40 million? Did you just make that shit up? They said $4 million revenue. Four, not 40. Did you just make this shit up and just flat lie? Because that was not reported. What they reported was 4 million in revenue. You think they made 40 million in revenue on a 21,000 seat arena off of one night? This is Friday. How about Saturday? Look at this. You got tickets available still. They can't sell this shit out. Overpriced garbage. 1,000 seats in this place. 1,000 seats. They can't sell this shit out. They got standard admission right here, $99. They cannot sell their tickets out in a 1,000-seat Band-Aid box. 99 bucks right here. You're sitting literally in row 1, 2, 3, 4, row 5. Can you imagine paying $99 to sit in row 5 behind the team bench in an NBA game? You believe them? You believe they made four? First of all, their season is going on right now, so that's number one. I don't know how you could. I don't know how you could give a number when they're like not even halfway through. Um, my league. I don't. What are you talking about? Okay, so now I'm seeing that you're here to troll. Okay, now I'm seeing. I'm literally showing you tickets available in the building that seats 1,000 people, and you think they sold 21,000 tickets to Philadelphia? You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. Here we go, February 17th. Let's go look some more. Goodness gracious, we still got tickets available. February 20th. I love doing these experiments that show you. Look at this, 137 bucks. I mean, overpriced junk. My league. Okay. Oh my goodness. You think they make first of all, the league is ongoing right now, so you can't have a number for the whole season if you don't have the season finished. That's number one. So you don't know what the numbers are. Number two, they lost $8 million last year. They lost $8 million last year. They said that. They reported that they lost $8 million last year. They reported that their revenue was about 8 million short of what they freaking put in. So they lost money in a league that has no expenses, no travel. They literally pay for hotels or apartments for people to live in and referees. What exactly else do they pay for? I didn't call you a greaser just now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yes, that's not, that's, you think TNT's going to keep this deal going on past next year? They lost $8 million last year. Yes, that's after their sponsors. They literally paid their bills off of their sponsorships. The sponsorships and investors for which people decided to give their charity donations to a prayerful basketball league that they hoped and prayed that Caitlin Clark would play in. If Caitlin Clark played in the league, I guarantee you the viewership for Unrivaled will be 3 times as high. What are you talking about? The ticket prices I'm looking at. It wasn't about the prices, UTP. It was about the fact that there's standard retail tickets still available in a building that seats 1,000 people. But they want to put on a narrative that says they sold 21,000 seats in Philadelphia. Sold. Sold. I'm using that word very, very carefully. Sold. I didn't say there wasn't 21,000 people in the building. I don't know. I didn't watch it. They claimed sold. You can't sell at this 1,000-seat warehouse in Doral. That's all I'm saying. You can't sell at a warehouse in Doral, but you sell out 21,000 seats in Philly? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If Caitlin Clark played in that league, the viewership of this league would be over 1 million people a night. A night. Which is why they're ready to they would have sacrificed their children. Napheesa Collier would have given up her firstborn for Caitlin Clark to play in Unrivaled. I live in Miami. Well, I grew up in Miami. I live in Fort Lauderdale area. We got 6.5 million people in this metro area. We got almost 3 million in Dade County. 3 million. We can't put 1,000. They get more people to a high school football game. Philadelphia doesn't go watch their men play basketball, but they're going to go watch a bunch of women play basketball for $165 a ticket on average. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I can only imagine how many of the people at those games were relatives of players. Again, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Again, they're not. The 3-on-3 shit ain't good games. These aren't good games. I watched this shit last year. This shit isn't good. This shit isn't good. You're not serious. This is not good. Who in this room thinks that the 3-on-3 shit is good? You want to read you some of the scores from these good games this year? 56 points, 42 points, 58 points, 60 points, 62 points, 62 points, 60 points, 61, 64, 65, 66, 59, 64, 57, 52, 49, 59 won that game, 56, 62. That ain't good basketball. Come on, man. Oh my God. Oh, Lord have mercy. I watched this all year. It's trash. QT, I don't know what you think is good. This is garbage. It's a bad gimmick. Oh, I'm a dummy. You got one more dummy in you, and I'm gonna bump you out. Okay? You got one more dummy in you, I'm gonna bump you out, actually. I don't care if it's got list, it's 3-on-3 basketball. It's 3-on-3 basketball. No one's defending anybody. The court is 71 feet long. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The court is 71 feet long. I'm a cry. Bye. Bye. Out of here. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. Bye. I'm not going to deal with the troll. Like, I'm not dealing with the troll. That's a woman. QT? That's a woman. That's got to be a female. Men don't show that hard for the WNBA. Not real men. I watched the 1v1 last year. It was embarrassing. And it was the most watched thing they had the entire thing. I watched the 1v1. QT is a guy? No, that's got to be a woman. I can't imagine. Bye. The 1v1 I watched, it was fucking pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. If the Philly game was good, great. One game was good. I'm sure they've had some good games. Unrival's been atrocious. Like, we need to stop lying. This shit is largely fucking terrible. It's largely terrible. The shooting percentages are abomination. They're bad. They're bad. It ain't good. And I watched it last year. I don't want to hear they had 21,000 in Philadelphia. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody watches it. We're literally sitting here looking at ratings on a weekly basis. No one's turning this crap on. And that's their leverage against the WNBA and the CBA? Go for it. Do it. Do it. Quit. Stop playing in the WNBA. Make Unrivaled your league. Make Unrivaled your league. Do it. 1v1 this year about to be amazing. Paige is the truth. You're right, Ayers. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I know that they actually posted a stat that Paige had 10 assists and no turnovers. The first time ever in Unrivaled history. You want to know why Paige can actually do that in the 3-on-3 game? One, because no one's defending anybody, but two, because Paige doesn't make risky plays. She's boring. Nothing about Paige's game is entertaining. It's basic. It's basic. She's Kawhi Leonard for the WNBA. If anyone knows who Kawhi Leonard is. Oh, QT is a troll from the retard, the greasers pods. Okay, yeah. Always someone to show up. I'm sure they'll go back and report to dad. And then that fucking loser will come over and make a video about me. Go ahead. She's efficient. She's Kawhi Leonard. Boring. No personality. Bland. Dull. Bro, I can't even anymore take any of these fuckers seriously. You can't take this is a nice venting session tonight to do I may have to go back and do a weekly WNBA or women's basketball rant just to make everybody happy because it seems like and people are enjoying this and all that stuff. So I appreciate that. I don't dislike Paige Beckers, by the way. I'm just saying it. I don't dislike her. I never disliked her. I think she's an idiot, but I don't dislike her. I think her speech telling and her opinions on politics, like I don't want to hear about it from you, 23-year-old little girl. Like I'm 48. I've lived a lot longer than you have. I think Paige Beckers is a really good player. I think she's a really good player. I think her game is bland. It's dull. She's Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's game is dull and boring. Very effective, but boring. People don't pay to watch Kawhi Leonard play. He's not entertaining. Paige Beckers fits in perfectly with the previous women. If Caitlin Clark had never come along, Paige Beckers would fit in perfectly with the crew, and nobody would be watching. Nobody would be watching. Am I wrong? Paige Beckers was the number one recruit in America coming out of high school. She went to the Final Four her first year. Who watched it? 4 million people? The most heralded and talked about high school player in women's basketball in a long time. Kawhi is a top 3 player if he's healthy, but he's never healthy, but he's still boring. And I don't want to pay, I would never pay to watch him play on purpose. Do I have players other than Caitlin that I didn't say I dislike? Again, I didn't say I dislike. I just told you I don't dislike Paige Beckers. I love Kennedy Carter. She's not in the league. You know how I learned about Kennedy Carter? Caitlin Clark. Kennedy Carter is fantastic. She's incredible. Some people here won't like that. I know that. Kennedy Carter is fantastic. She is a dog. Oh yeah, you can always criticize men's basketball, but you can't criticize women's basketball because apparently it's a special brand of basketball that's above reproach and above criticism. That's right. You're right, Ayers. It's above criticism. You cannot talk about them in a negative way. If you're not praising the league, it's not allowed. You can only speak positive things about that league. Kennedy Carter can make a layup. She finishes on the rim. She's deadly from the mid range. Fucking fast as shit. I absolutely love Kennedy Carter. Other players that I like, whether it's college or WNBA, I love Hannah Hidalgo. I love Hannah Hidalgo. Humongous Hannah Hidalgo fan. Love her. WNBA. I used to like Napheesa Collier until she opened her mouth. Until Napheesa Collier opened her mouth, the greatest thing about Napheesa Collier initially was that she didn't talk. Yeah, there's dumb and then there's Minneapolis dumb. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's be very specific. There's dumb and then there's Minneapolis dumb. Like, bruh. Yeah, the WNBA. These women don't want you to cover their sport unless you're just kissing their fucking ass. Do you understand that the things that I said this year about the Miami Hurricanes head football coach would get me banned from any women's any women's sporting event, any women's sporting event? Like seriously, I said some shit this year about Mario Cristobal mid-season that if I said that shit about any WNBA player or coach, I would get banned. I didn't get banned from Miami because you can criticize, even say things that could be deemed insulting. Because at the end of the day, it's an opinion. And everyone's got an opinion. I got an opinion. You got an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. And you know what? By the end of the year, I had flip-flopped my entire commentary about him. Let me think of other players that I love. Skylar Diggins. I love Skylar Diggins. I like Skylar Diggins a lot. I've liked Skylar Diggins since he was at Notre Dame. I like Rakea Jackson. She's good. I like Rakea Jackson. Am I gonna try to get credentials in the WNBA? Well, we'll see. Well, but the problem is they're inconsistent. Like I'm not gonna. First of all, I'm not flying up for a game, so that's never gonna happen. I live down here in South Florida. Some of them offer Zoom links, but the problem is if I'm on a Zoom link for a press conference, I want to actually ask a question. If you're not going to allow me to ask a question via Zoom, then I don't want to be on it. It's not worth my time. I like Sophie Cunningham. I mean, I like her attitude. I don't like you guys know how I feel about Lexi Hall. I don't like Lexi Hall. I don't like Lexi Hall at all. I'm honest about it. What is Lexi Hall shooting from 3 right now? Let's go look. Let's go look what Lexi Hall is shooting. Let's go look for Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall. Okay. This league has 49 players. Hey, you want? I'm gonna do the Ben Daniel laugh. Ben, are you here? So, Lexi Hall in a league of 49 players is the 45th leading scorer in Unraveled. She can't score in 3-on-3 basketball. And you want to know that the only two of the 4 that are worse than her have only played 1 game. The other 2 are Rebecca Allen and Rachel Banham. And Rachel Banham is only averaging 4.6 minutes per game. Lexi Hull is shooting 22.7% from 3. Who made the bet with me this past year? Was it Lester? Was it you, Lester? If you're still here, was it you who bet me 35% shooting last year from 3? Was it you who bet me on this, Lester? Because again, she sucks from 3 again. Again and again. If she's not playing with Caitlin Clark, she cannot make 3-pointers. 22.7%. I gotta send it to the person who won. It ain't getting signed, and I'm not taking no pictures with it, nothing like that. 22.7%. That's her average when Caitlin Clark is not on the court with her. She puffed up her numbers so early in the season last year, those first 15 games, when Caitlin played most of those games, or a portion of them. And then y'all remember her numbers like fell off a fucking cliff the last 30 games. She's back to shooting. Oh, fuck. What the hell? God damn. Hold on a second, folks. My damn soda. I ain't even touched this shit, man. What the hell? Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Lexi Hull is back at the mean at 20 to 22% from the 3-point line, bro. It's like clockwork. She's a 22.7% 3-point shooter. Like she can't make open threes unless Caitlin Clark is on the court. It's unbelievable. Bro, that's nuts. That's nuts. I'm not buying another jersey of hers. I'm buying it to send it to someone who won it. I'm not ever wearing it. I'm not having her sign it. I don't give a fuck about her, and I'm not doing it. Like that ain't happening. And the number this year will be 30%, not 35, because I can't risk the Caitlin Clark effect, making her numbers puff up early on, and then having it fall apart, only to tease me because she got right back to that. She got down to that 35.2%, and she had that one good game that messed up the bet. It's going to Calvin, actually. Calvin won it. I don't think he's in the room right now. He won it. Problem was, it was sold out. Bet a championship. If a Fever win a championship, nah, not a chance. I'm not betting shit on her, man. I'm not wearing her jersey. What do I win if what do I get if y'all if what do y'all got to do if I win? What do y'all got to do if I win? A bet requires two things. Not just I have to do something. A bet is a two-way street. Pass, not place. I'm trying to think of any other players that I like in the WNBA. I like Skylar Diggins. I like Rakea Jackson. Um, I like Kiki Irfin. I like Ray Burrell. I like Jordan Canada. I like Alicia Gray. I like Sonya Rivers. Um, that's who I like, really. I mean, if you think she's overrated, that's fine. She was first team All WNBA last year. I like Alicia Gray. I think Alicia Gray is very good, actually. Oh, thank you, DJ Doug. I appreciate it for jumping in a little late from earlier. I'm not even sure Napheesa and Plum even attended by Zoom. I saw another show that earlier said they didn't. Stuart. Oh my God, are you serious? Oh man, that'd be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy if she didn't. If they that would be absolutely crazy if they didn't even attend by Zoom. But would it shock you? Would it shock you at all? It wouldn't shock me at all. I wouldn't be surprised. Enrique sucks. Enrique Gumbawale is horrible. That's crazy. If that's actually true, that's crazy. But yeah, there's players that I like. I like De'Erica Hamby. She fought the guard. She fought the guard. She fought that fucking bullshit they played with her. Mabry, I can't stand Mabry. Mabry's a piece of shit. You know what? Mabry's the leading scorer right now in Unrivaled. She's averaging 27 a game. I don't like Mabry at all. Jackie Young, yeah, I like Jackie. She's okay. I like Jackie. I don't dislike Jackie Young. I'm indifferent to Jackie Young. But there are players that I literally dislike. Like I don't like Chelsea Gray, Marina Mabry. I'm just reading names. Like I'll read. This is the Unrivaled list right here. Mabry, don't like her. Gray, don't like her. Page, indifferent. Gray, like her. Aaliyah Edwards, indifferent, don't care. Kelsey Plum, I'm leaning more towards not liking her anymore because she just gets annoying. Ka Copper, don't like her. Brianna Stewart, don't like her. Aaliyah Boston, no comment. Brittany Sykes, don't like her. Hamby, I like her. Ryan Howard, I'm not a fan. Kelsey Mitchell, I'm indifferent. Jackie Young, not bad. Sonia Citron, okay, indifferent again. Dominique Malanga, she seems like a nice person. Rakea Jackson, I like her. Shakira Austin, don't care. Diggins, like her. Billings, don't care. Ogumawale, don't like her. Hayes, she's from Florida. She's okay. Alyssa Thomas, don't like her. Cam Brink, indifferent. Irfin, like her. Cloud, can't stand her. Azare Stevens, who cares? Ray Burrell, like her. Magvagor, don't care. Seacrest, who? Naz Hillman, don't care. Griner, don't like her at all. Canada, like her. Veronica Burton, indifferent. Courtney Williams, I don't like her at all. Erica Wheeler, indifferent. Alana Smith, indifferent. Kate Martin, honestly, indifferent. Sonya Rivers, I like her. In fact, Bentley, indifferent. Natisha Hayden, don't like her. Sug Sutton, don't even know who she is. I know she plays for the Mystics. Dana Evans, indifferent. Lee Yaroo, indifferent. Lexi Hall, I'm not a fan. Rebecca Allen, indifferent. Haley Jones, Venom, Aaron McDonald. I like Aaron McDonald. That's just off of this list right here. Now you include Asia Wilson, don't like her. Sabrina Ionescu, not a fan. Napheesa Collier, I done flipped on her ass. Nneka Ogwumike, not a fan. Brianna Turner, can't stand her. Angel Reese, I don't even dislike Angel Reese, dude. I'm gonna be real. I don't dislike her. I think people are brain dead. I think they're just brain dead. You know. So, but again, I wouldn't know who most of these people are if not for Caitlin Clark. Nor would I care about them. None of us would care about them. They're insignificant. Whenever the deal gets done, they're all, because it will get done. When it gets done is to be determined. But whenever it gets done, they're all going to make money off of Caitlin Clark's back. And none of them will thank her for it. None of them will thank her for it. They will all act as if she owes them something. And quite frankly, I can't stand Brianna Stewart. Oh God, she makes me nauseous. Personality, yes. I don't think a lot of these players are any good, but it's not about their skill. I couldn't. Ray Burrell is mediocre, but she comes across like a decent person. Like she's also attractive, so I like attractive people a little bit more than others. I mean, I'm being real about it. Like Kelsey Mitchell, let's be real. Natasha Howard, I don't like her at all. I defended her, but her personality, it fucking sucks. Ray Burrell's smoking hot, actually. She's a damn model. Like there's people on there's people here who is like, when they open their mouths, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like you're not helping yourself. Yeah. Like I said, I don't like or dislike based on the skill level. Like there's players, I'm a Miami Heat fan. There's people for the Miami Heat that were bums that I like because I thought they were good. They seem to be decent people. Oh, I defended Natasha Howard because she wasn't pure ass. She was being shit on while being better than fucking Aaliyah Boston in most situations. Like she was being shit on. And that was messed up. Like she's being blamed for everything. Okay, she sucks. And I think Aaliyah Boston sucks. And I tell you right now, if you ask me to pick one, I would take Natasha Howard over Aaliyah Boston. I think Aaliyah Boston sucks. We did this poll last year. We did this same exercise last year. There were 20 people that I would take over fucking Aaliyah Boston. She's soft. I don't like Aaliyah Boston because she's soft. I don't like Aaliyah Boston because she has a soft mentality and she's the same damn player she was 3 years ago. She's not gotten any better. Her entire game improved because of Caitlin Clark. She is worse. She was worse in her third year than in her first year. She gets pushed around by bigs. If the big isn't smaller than her, she gets mudded. She plays soft. So no, I'm not a fan. I think her game is trash. I think her game is trash, and I think her attitude stinks. She's soft. Do I think she has more success playing with Howard over Boston? I have no idea. We didn't see enough. We didn't see enough. Really? They lost to the Aces because of Howard? I wanted the Fever to lose to the Aces. What are you talking about? I was thrilled the Aces beat them. You crazy? Do you think did you really want the Fever to win that fucking series? If the Fever had won the WNBA championship, anything any aura of Caitlin Clark would have been dead. I'm defending the franchise. God damn it. The franchise is Caitlin Clark. You go win a ring without Caitlin Clark, you just destroyed the image of Caitlin Clark. Fuck that. No way. I wanted the Fever to lose every goddamn playoff game. Heck, I didn't want them to make the playoffs. Yes, her primary pick and roll partner is Aaliyah because they created that. When did Caitlin Clark have an opportunity to become a pick and roll partner with Natasha Howard? She never did. She never did. Can you imagine what Stephanie White would have said had they won the championship without Caitlin Clark? I was right. Y'all were wrong. I don't think they would have won without Howard. No way in hell. They wouldn't have even gotten there without Howard. They wouldn't have gotten to the damn finals. They wouldn't have gotten to that series against the Aces without Howard. They wouldn't have gotten there. No, Nalissa Smith cooked Aaliyah Boston. Nalissa Smith cooked Aaliyah Boston. You thought Clark was talking about Howard? Bro, she was talking about the entire team. She was talking about Kelsey Mitchell. She was talking about Aaliyah Boston. She was talking about everybody. That wasn't one player alone. She was talking about everybody. The league sucks, bro. I mean, the league is trash. This league is terrible. Here we go. Natasha Howard had 12 points in that series against Atlanta to win the series 87-85. I mean, she didn't play poorly. She had 12 points. She was 6 of 12 with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. If she doesn't do that, they lose. Right? Natasha Howard in game 5 against the Aces had 16, 7, and 5. Aaliyah Boston had 11, 16, and 2. I mean, okay. And Kelsey Mitchell got hurt. She had the rhabdo attack. Like they were lucky to actually be they were lucky to be there, you know. I mean, Aaliyah Boston never gets blamed for shit because she smiles. Do I think them making the semi? Absolutely, I think it affected her rep. Yes, I do. I absolutely think it affected her rep. Absolutely. They were already talking about it. They were already talking about it. Ayers, you just don't like Natasha Howard, so anything that Caitlin Clark said, you'll say it was Natasha Howard. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's fine. Every game that they won without Caitlin Clark last year affected Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that's very, very, very true. Odyssey Sims damn near carried Indiana. She had 27 in game 5. 27. Got off the couch and carried them. Like, That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's just that does tell you how shitty the talent is in the league. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's hot garbage. That you can have people come off the fucking couch and come in there and lead teams to a damn lead teams that deep. That's crazy. To those that don't like her, yes, no, I know. Yeah, Aaliyah Boston smiles and she just it says bow 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 or wow 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 or chow chow chow, whatever the fuck she says. Oh, Sims looks like a weed head. Oh my god, she sounds like a dude. She has a raspy ass fucking voice. Yep, she smiles, bro. Yeah, yeah. She had to hug herself without Cece, right? She had to hug herself. It affected her. No, no. The people that don't like her, it absolutely affected her. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know who's staying. I don't even care. Whoever it is, it is. And yeah, and exactly. So if they don't make at least the semis this year or whenever the hell they play again with Caitlyn, yeah, it'll make her look even worse. But will it shock you because Stephanie White wants to throw Caitlin Clark into the corner? She wants to make her a role player. She wants to make her a role player. Aaliyah Boston got absolutely fucking cooked by Asia Wilson in games 5 last year against Aces. She got cooked. 35-11 against Asia Wilson. 35-11. And that's why I don't like Aaliyah Boston. That is an example of why. You're 1,000% right. She could win the next 3 titles, be the MVP all 3 years, and they would still say Asia Wilson's got 4. You're right. You want to know why I don't like fucking Aaliyah Boston? This is an example. You have the season on the fucking line, and you look like this. Like you look like this. Season is on the line, and this is what you bring to the court. This season on the line, and you brought this 11 on 5 of 12, 16 boards, 3 turnovers, 2 assists. You get to the free throw line twice in 32 minutes of action. You fouled out. You brought that in game 5. And Asia Wilson had 35 on 13 of 27, 8 of 10 from the line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks. You petrified of her. You petrified of her. That's why I don't like Aaliyah Boston, because of shit like that. Aaliyah Boston. Let's look at Aaliyah Boston in that series. Let's look at Aaliyah Boston. Just we can rehash it. Okay, that's the game 5. 11 and 16, 5 of 12. Okay, she had 24 and 14 in game 4, 12 and 8, 10 and 13, 6 and 11. She literally had one good game in 5. And you go back to the Atlanta series, 14 and 12, 15 and 5, 8 and 12. They damn sure didn't win because of her. They damn sure didn't win because of her. Yeah, yeah. She's averaging like 18 a game. Last year she couldn't make a bucket in Unrivaled. So hey, at least maybe she's getting in some playing shape. MVP contention of what? Oh, please, hell no. Yeah, that's not. Anyone that thinks she's an MVP contention, I mean, look, the second she has to walk in to play against one of these players that petrifies her, she'll piss down her own leg. Oh yeah, if the Fever don't make the semifinals without CC, they're it's gonna get fucking weird. She's gonna get she's gonna get crucified by the people like Renee Montgomery and and the mother broads that hate her and will talk shit about her, and the Drea Carters, the Chinyagul McKays, the Monica McNutts, they will all come out and they will all trash her. They will. They just will. That's who they are. I mean, that's a pretty significant stat line. That's a significant. I mean, if she did that, that would be legendary in the WNBA. Oh yeah, because all that AB does is foul. She fouls out all the time. She was named All WNBA defense. Like that was the crazy thing. They named that woman All WNBA defense ahead of Lexi Hull. Like even I can acknowledge that the best defensive player for Indiana was Lexi Hull. Like I'm not gonna sit here and delude myself. Like even I can admit that she's the best defensive player on that team. Even I know that. Well, yeah, air is her style of basketball, but they won't ever run that style of basketball. That's part of the problem. Yeah, Aaliyah Boston fouls like crazy. So, you know, yeah, I don't see her having that type of stat line with Stephanie White as the coach. Like, and heck, we can go back and look at hell. I just showed you all this stuff in the playoffs. So she had basically one good game in the playoffs, like one game that you would say is a game that you'd expect her to have. You can go look at. I mean, seriously, the last 4 games of the season, they were 3-1. She went 12-8, 12-11, 11-4, 11-8. Game before that, 4-6. Then she had 2 good games, 22-11, 27-9. Then she's back to 14-7, 15-6, 14-13. Okay, we got 20-9, 14-5, 15-4, 4-9, 15-9, 16. This is not an all-star level player. This is not an all-star. That is a role player. I mean, she had games of 7-3, 6-6, 9-6, 12-11, 9-9, 10-11, 7-4, 11-5, 10-1, one rebound, 10-7, 4-7. She's completely inconsistent. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyhow, folks, man, I've been on here for almost 3 hours, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on board. This impromptu live was not planned, but see if we make a weekly thing of this again, because I think we need to go in that direction. But I appreciate y'all jumping on board, man. Yeah, I tell the truth. People don't like it. It is. I tell my at least what I think is the truth. That's my opinion. So, but I appreciate everyone jumping on board, man. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. And I will be back tomorrow night doing my Hurricanes Unfiltered live at 9 p.m. So if you are interested in learning about the Miami Hurricanes and college football, please do jump on board. I do appreciate y'all. It is my pleasure as always. Once again, God bless. Good night. This is Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball. Facts over feelings, man. That's how we roll, man. I'm out of here. Come on now.